Hello, welcome. Very happy to see you again for a new video on general components of Pro Workflow system model. Today, we are together to see how to create workflow state and workflow job in the model. But first, let me remember again that you can get the definition of all workflow terms watching the presentation video titled Understanding Workflows Automation in Odoo with Pro Workflow System Module. Let's start with workflow state. A workflow state is, for example, what we see here in the purchase order form, a label which marks both the current and eventually past and future steps of the record through the workflow. To create a new workflow state, all we have to do is enter its code name and name. The code name is what is saved into the database, and the name is displayed on the form view. As we can see, for example, in the purchase order class, the state field has a tuple with draft and IFQ. Draft is stored into the database and IFQ is displayed on the form view, and we can see it here. IFQ. Let's enter for our example lowercase the delivered as code name and capitalize the delivered as name. We save and get back to the list view. We can see our newly created workflow set. Now let's see how to create workflow job. Apart from the code name and name fields, we have two additional fields, parent job and is task. They are both related to job splitting. Remember that a job can be split into subjobs, and this subdivision can extend as deep as we want and ends with tasks which cannot be split. So we have to check is task if we are creating a task, and if we are creating a sub job, we have to set the parent job. But let's clarify that a job can be formed by a unique task. In such case, we have to check is task, but we have to let parent job field empty. As example, we can create a test job. Let's enter test underscore job test space job as name. It's not a task. It hasn't a parent job. Let's save it and add sub jobs test underscore sub underscore job underscore one test sub job one. We say again another test sub job two test sub job two. Now let's add a subtask subtask. Subtask. If we save and get back to the list view, you can see here our new jobs. The test job, it's two saved jobs here. Subjobs 1 and subjob 2, and it's a swift task. They all belong to the test job. And there you have it, a new workflow state, a new workflow job with two tasks, with two subjobs and one subtask. That's all for it today. In the next video, we will start designing workflow routes for real. Bye. And